Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 9 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night. Let's make it a great 4th, folks. Let's take a look at one of our cards. This is an unknown author. The start to a better life or a better world or a better future is simply to believe that it is possible. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow up 20. NASDAQ was flat. S&Ps are up a couple bucks. Gold contract flat at $1,327 an ounce. Silver up 6 cents at $21.18 an ounce. Light sweet crude off $1.19 at 104.15. You get the bonds. 10-year was down 14 ticks at 124.13. 30-year was off almost a point, down 31 ticks at 135.12. King dollar up 3 ticks at 41.90. You had the euro down 24, trading out at 136.55, and the yen up 27, trading out at 101.80. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? We're coming into July 4th. You get a sideways market. We did 554 million versus 686. We go take a look at the SPY, the SPY. What you have with the SPY is that we did 48 million shares. Bottom line is that yesterday it did get over the price point of 196.60. You're at 197.23. That high of 197.63, no doubt, can get tested again. NASDAQ Composite. What do you have with the Composite? Composite sideways move today. We're at 44.57. Gold market. We take a look at gold. What we had with gold out here is this. Gold traded today a low of 13.22, a high of 13.33. You did volume out here of 107,000 contracts there. It's going to need more than that. The nice thing is that it is not backing away from these highs, but we are going to need more volume in order to get to higher price, for higher price to hold. Silver, once again, silver was performing out here. Silver got over the highs of yesterday. Volume wasn't bad. We did 40,000 contracts versus 45,000. Silver is basically holding that metals market up, folks, in a big way. Now, let's go over to the bond market. What we had with bonds, you had the employment ADP number come out. Bonds basically went south. But guess what? Not with volume. We did a million contracts on the 10-year. That's going into 1.3 million. You're at 124.13. We look at the 30-year bond, 30-year out here, did 324,000 contracts. She's going to go to the lower end of her range, no doubt about that. That's still going into the 451,000 contracts. Now we get a hurricane coming up the East Coast, and with that, folks, we got to get our man, Mr. Andy Hecht, over here. Andy, folks, has an outstanding show on TFNN every Tuesday, Thursday, 3 to 4 Eastern Standard Time. Also a great newsletter, the Technomental Commodity Report. You can test drive it by coming over to TFNN. Newsletters, trading newsletters, the Technomental Commodity Report. Andy Hecht, what's going on?
How you doing, Tom?
Doing great. You having a good day?
Yeah, having a good day.
Those
having a good day. Holiday coming up.
I know.
Well, that's why you live where you live, and I live where I live.
Yeah.
Poor people in the Northeast are going to have a very wet 4th of July weekend.
And particularly after this wicked winter they've had, so it's terrible.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, it's like it's keying on that coast, huh?
And it's early. It's early, man. This is early for a hurricane coming up the coast, man.
I mean, the last major storm was Sandy, and now they're going to get another one. I don't know how major this one will be, but you know, it's not good.
We had a lot of action in this commodity market out here today.
Yeah, it's Groundhog Day, Tom. Bonds down.
Yeah.
Dollar up. Gold holding.
Yeah. Yeah.
Same thing as yesterday. Same formula.
I like that gold held coming into this long weekend. There's no doubt about that.
And yesterday, you know, we had with that big move in platinum, but today we have the big move in copper.
Yes. No. Yeah. And the copper stocks, folks, took off beyond belief. SCCO.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, there was action. Yeah, SCCO.
Good action. I mean, like a key reversal on the daily chart. We made a lower low today, and then we closed way above yesterday's high. We're up around 326 a pound.
Right.
It's kind of a breakout. I mean, you know, I go back. The thing that's killing me about this copper market.
Okay.
You know, if you look at it objectively.
Yes.
And I have a chart up here. Let me just kind of show you. If you go back to the March 7th high.
Down drop,
It was
yeah.
321. Then we dropped all the way down to 287.80.
Right.
Then right around here, the Chinese bought Las Bambas, a Peruvian copper mine from Glencore Estrada.
That's amazing, isn't it?
And look at what the price did.
And
I think they sold it down to get a cheap valuation.
If you're driving in your car, folks, you know, bottom line, what Andy's saying specifically is that the Chinese bought a huge mine at the lows of the market. And that's not the first time. You know, if we go over to the lean hogs for a second, they bought the largest producer of poultry, right? And that was definitely at the lows.
Oh, hold on. Let me put a chart up. It's going to take a minute here.
Yeah.
If I can put a weekly chart up of hogs. Let's see where they bought Smithfield Foods. Do you have a date in the Bloomberg on that? Let's see what hog prices were when they bought it.
Yeah, I can't pull it up that quick.
You can't pull it out?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just take a look. I mean, it was about a year ago.
Yeah.
And I reckon that hog prices a year ago was somewhere under $1.
Right. That's
And, you know, we're up good 30% here.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just waiting for my chart.
You're talking about 87 cents versus $1.30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see that?
Huge.
They are good at buying dips, man. They're very good traders. But, you know, because of their position in the markets as the biggest consumer in the world,
Sure.
they can make it happen.
Right.
You know, we go back a year. Here, I have this hog chart up here. Let's go back. Here we are. Yeah, 87 cents. It even went down to 80 cents.
Right.
In December. You know, and now look, we're just blasting. They did a good trade.
And let's see. So thank you, Z. So we got here. I get the exact one. It's May of 2013. You gotta love this target.
Let's see, man. I love them. They're the best. May of 2013.
2013.
Let's see.
Oh my God. You know what is it? July of 2014 right now. That's crazy. Man, God.
Here it is.
I remember
90
that.
cents. 90 cents.
There you go.
Between 87 and 90 cents.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, goodbye.
So cattle.
Well, what can you say? Limit up, 155. You know, if you every day you wait to buy those steaks for the cookout on Friday,
yes,
they go up in price.
Yeah. Well, their wholesale's going up. Some of these supermarkets, I suspect, are going to get smoked, man. You know what I mean?
I'm getting
not,
a feeling.
not smoked, but
Yeah.
you know, the price. Action.
The profit margin's going to go down.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You know, the one thing that could be a top is I saw like a 6-minute report on CNBC on cattle today.
Oh, good.
You know, so that always portends a top.
Well, when you do start talking about it quite a bit, folks, there's no doubt that, particularly because you don't have CNBC talking commodities, gold and silver, yes, but not the actual, you know, softs, the cattle, and all of this. So.
Well, they're very reactive rather than proactive.
Sure.
In terms of, you know, they'll react to a big move and they won't pay attention to things, you know, when they're when they're starting. They wait till tops and bottoms.
So let's look at crude oil. So crude oil back down a bit here.
It's backing off. I think that's on some news out of Libya.
Okay.
There was a report that, you know, these ports are opening up and things are going to start flowing. There hasn't been any disruption in the Iraqi crude either. So we're, you know, a little bit of frustrated long liquidation, I would imagine we're seeing here. But I'm not getting too bearish on crude oil here. I don't think you can.
You know, listen, those spikes that are out there look like they want to get hit, man.
Exactly. We're one news story away from $3, $4, $5, $6 higher.
Yeah.
So, you know, you have to be very cautious in that. I certainly I would not be short here, crude oil.
Right.
Now, on the other hand, the XLE. Let's take a look at that. And I can't pull that up on my chart.
I got it. So we get the XLE. The XLE, folks, is the oil and gas sector. Inside of that, the largest weightings, when you take a look at it, is ExxonMobil, Chevron, Schlumberger, Oxy, ConocoPhillips, Apache, Devron, Transocean, and Halliburton. So,
you know, all these explorers are at highs, and from what I hear, and talking with Dave White, the volume's been very light.
Yeah, no,
so
I like
a short there.
I like the short. They all came off the high, folks. They made the high on the 23rd. They come off the high on the 24th. Big deal. Hey, listen, man, thank you so much. You have a great 4th, safe 4th. And of course,
you too, Tom.
Okay, man.
We'll talk to you next week.
Okay, you stay right there, folks. I'm going to be coming right back with our man, Mr. Darryl Mott. We have the Dow Industrials up 20, NASDAQ down 1, S&Ps are up 2. We're going to be right back.